You are listening to Coach Hayes Hudl, where he connects the fans to the fundamentals of football.
A lot of people are, speculating that we may not even be a top 5 in recruiting. I know that the Cantwell kid at tackle is going to make a unofficial visit right prior to his decision. That could be a good thing for us. He's a 5-star tackle. I would love to see him be in a Georgia uniform. I don't really worry about the fact of whether we're in the top 5 or not. I do think the top 5 is sort of the goal. Being number 1 to me is not a big deal. What I would rather be is if you're going to be in the top 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that you've got a solid group of youngins that are high character kids that are good athletes that you're going to develop and make better. A lot of people say, well, that's what got Mark Richt fired. He brought in great kids and he was great with his character and what he did, but he couldn't never get over the hump. But I disagree with that. I think he was recruiting pretty well, and he had some really good players that he recruited over time, but not as consistent as what Coach Smart's done. And what I'm finding is that he's not only finding those high-character kids, he's finding high-character 5-star kids and high 4-star kids, your Nolan Smiths, your Nakobe Deans, people of that nature, even like a Jalen Walker. When it comes down to it, if you look at these youngins, and I'm not saying that kids that necessarily don't come from good backgrounds or from good home life are going to turn out to be bad kids. There's plenty of kids that I want, and that were the ones that I was typically more that appealed to me when I was coaching them, because I didn't want to see them become a statistic. I wanted to see them grow and mature and become a better football player and learn from their mistakes and not let life beat them down. And actually, I've coached many of those kinds of kids. And to me, that's just as fulfilling as those kids that come in, like a Jalen Walker, who was a high-character kid from a coach's background. His dad was a coach, and he understood the rules of discipline. He understood those dispositions, those soft skills, and he got better. And you just saw us develop what he already had, and we molded him into what he's become now over this 3.5, 4-year period that he's been at Georgia. And now he's going to be a high-level day 1 draft NFL draftee. So, that's the beauty of what we're seeing in these kids. And I think that's why, to me, as long as we're in the top 5, but we know what kind of kids we're bringing in, we're going to develop them into being elite athletes.